And now I want to introduce to some and present to others the host of the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Hinton, and a pleasant good morning to you.
Good morning, Mr. E. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Would you, could you, will you be my neighbor?
Let's welcome our neighbors, our WGPL 1350 AM listeners.
Peace. 95.3 FM, WPCE 1400 AM.
Facebook Live is on and popping. Let's also welcome Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram. We should be here. Mr. E, I hope we are, and we hope you're going to pop on too. But we are here this morning, and we want to say it's a beautiful day. Mr. E, it's going to be about 74 degrees today.
That's right. It's going to be a nice, beautiful day. And it's TGIF. Thank
yes. God. And look, we're popping on. We're trying to get everything right so you all can see us on our social media platform. Make sure you say something. Make sure you like, share, comment, and subscribe. We'll shout you out later on once we get this thing up and popping.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Like, share, comment, and subscribe. And we promise we'll shout you out later on in the show. We promise.
Shout out.
So Mr. E is up here with us. Can you see us? You all say something in the chat and say, yes, we see you on, you are there, and we're here along with you.
That's right. That's what it's all about, being here and there and everywhere. And speaking of being here, there, and everywhere, in the sense that we own a whole lot of social media platforms.
Yeah.
Tell our listening audience how they can see us and where they can find us.
Okay, so make sure you follow us on social media. Make sure you all subscribe. Of course, we're on Facebook Live, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitter, and Instagram. You can also go to YouTube at Crystal Records 1, CRISTO Records 1, and subscribe to our channel. You can see our live channels from our morning show and also our Monday evenings, FYI. Dark.
Good kiss over everybody.
Thank you. So listen,
we have a great show today.
Yes, it's Fun Friday, and it's all about the ladies. It's what's in your closet, issues concerning women. But I tell you what, it's been a minute. But we have our current job list, Mr. E.
That's right. If you need a job, the day January 26th, if you need a job and ain't got a job and haven't got a job yet, here's some listings for you. It's a seasonal environment educator at Learning Barge in the Elizabeth River Project. They're hiring, and also at Paradise Creek, and they're hiring too. Those jobs are closed February the 15th, 2024. Mentor program coordinator for kids. They're looking for a mentor or so, and a financial director for Soundscape. That the job closed February 22nd.
All right, so that's seasonal environmental educator. That's available. Mr. E said it closes February 15th.
Yeah.
We have the mental program coordinator for kids, that organization. Finance director at Soundscape.
Yeah.
And that closes February 22nd. Then we have pottery studio coordinator, Virginia Beach Arts Center. That closes February 15th. You all check that out. They need a tech as well. And the animal care in Virginia Beach, the SPA, PCA, they have a technician that they are interested in hiring.
And they need a director for shelter operation also at Virginia Beach SPCA, and accounting at the planning council.
You know what it is, Mr. E. All our information has flipped.
Yeah.
So anyway, we're going to read it to you all, and we also have it posted. So we also have from the Department of CCEVA, they need a life coach, Health and Community Department, headquarters, office. Then we have our Mobility Aspire. They need a mentor. That's in the Norfolk office. And then they need a mentor in the Eastern Shore office. They also need a mentor at conferences and office. I need to check that out. See what that's all about, Mr. E.
Uh-huh. LGBT Life Center is looking for a Belgalore medical case manager. Pronounce that.
I felt that I did tell you bilingual.
That bilingual. Someone that's
This is definitely Fun Friday. I had
B-I-L-I-N.
my
That's
mouth
right.
wide open. I was
Bilingual medical case manager, a pharmacist, that is right, Bilin, yeah. Pharmacist environment coordinator, a director of communication health program. That's LGBT Life Center.
all right, okay. So we can go on with the property site coordinator at Williamsburg Bay Aging. They also need at VDC a fiscal assistant and enrollment at Bay Aging, medication aid at Bay Aging, and RN care manager at Bay Aging. Mr. E.
Development director of Habitat is looking for for humanity in Southampton Road. They're looking for development director. And also in the Western Tidewater Free Clinic is looking for a director developmentor.
Okay, NAMI Coastal Virginia, they need a bookkeeper. Also, the Girl Scouts, they need a camp ranger. And at the Circle Center for Cultural Arts, they need a development director.
Next step to success is looking for success coach. YWCA Southampton Road is looking for a clinical manager.
Okay, we have Director of Operations needed in development at Park Place School. Also at Seasonal Landscape Tech, they need a technician at the Elizabeth River Project. Community and engagement and environment, they need a justice manager at the Elizabeth River Project.
They need an executive director at the Portland Museum Foundation, and that job closed at the end of the month. The app apply here. Annual fund manager at the Virginia Arts Festival. That's closes mid-February.
Okay, special events and operation associate at Virginia Arts Festival that closes mid-February. RRCB Family Engagement Specialist is needed at First Spark. That closes January 28th.
Development coordinator at First Spark, a grant manager at WHRO, and a senior accountant at the YMCA.
If you didn't understand a word we said, you all make sure you go to our pages. They're already listed.
It's kind of crazy the way they have printed it out here.
They have flipped it on us. That had to read backwards. But anyway, you all make sure you go on all our pages. It's there. Even on LinkedIn, all the Facebook pages, go there and get the job listing. Plenty of jobs. And just if you need to share them or email to a friend, they're there for you all to share.
That's right.
Oh, so Mr. E, I'm so glad the weekend is here. What are you going to do for the weekend?
Well, I want to say on Saturday at 3 o'clock, my good friend Bishop Jesse Featherston is having his homegoing service at 3 o'clock at Mason Memorial Church of God in Christ on the corner of Church Street and Gulf Street. So that's at 3 o'clock. That's my good friend, my very good friend. They will be having his homegoing service.
Oh wow! Our love to the family and prayers for your family. So today we are going to talk about what's in your closet.
Issue. Yeah, I like that.
Concerning us women.
Them shoes you hear.
You think we got a lot of issues here?
You don't believe it? You don't believe that women don't have no issues?
Such a strong statement from you like that.
Women has a whole lot of
and
issues.
We should. And you know why? Because we're still fighting for women's rights and human rights, Mr. E.
That's
the
right.
problem.
Right. Women's rights are human rights. we talked about women's rights and what is women's rights, and what are they entitled to? When you look at the right, women's rights are human rights, and what are entitled to human rights. This includes the right to live from violence and discrimination, to enjoy the highly attainable standards of physical and mental health, to be educated, to own property, to vote, and to earn equal wage.
Oh, that's strong.
That's right.
That's strong. We're fighting for things
That's right.
that we need.
That's
And
right.
that's our topic too. What do women need? What do women want? We want our rights.
That's
We
right.
want the rights. Say some of those again, Mr. E.
Women's rights are human rights.
And we need
And
what some of the
you
things?
are entitled. They include the right to live free,
Mhm,
to live free from violence
mhm,
and discrimination, to enjoy highest attainable standards of physical and mental health,
mhm.
to be educated, to own property, to vote, and to earn equal wages.
And you would think that women had that automatically. But
Right.
you know what? There was a time when a woman couldn't even vote.
That's right. And now they can do all of that.
We can do all that, but there are still so many things that we have to still fight for, just like equality.
That's right.
Oh my goodness. Let's go through the list of some of these things. What are we fighting for? Women are fighting for one of the things that we are fighting for is sexual and reproductive rights. That's
right.
a big thing.
That's right.
That's on when you go out to vote. They're going to be talking about women's rights. As a matter of fact, Roe
Versus
versus
Wade.
Wade
Yeah.
have been overturned in some states,
That's right.
and women are a lot of women are just like hair on fire, pulling their hair out their head because they said, "How can you take away the right to my body?
That's
How
right.
can you take away the right for me to make a choice? How can you tell me, especially in times of emergency and stuff, that I don't have a right to make a decision about my body when it comes to my health?"
That's right. A lot of people, Miss Hinton, they are really at odds because they don't feel like women has rights.
Ooh,
I want to say good morning to my granddaughter who's supposed to be in school. Treasure, good morning
good
to
morning,
you.
Treasure. How are you? She's in school. She's just looking at FYI ready.
She's in her art class. Yeah.
Wow. But you know, what are okay, what are our human rights? Our rights are the fundamental human rights that we enshrined by the United Nations for every human being on the planet to include the right to live free, just like you said, from violence, from slavery, discrimination, to be educated. There was a time when a young woman couldn't go to school, to own property, like you said, to vote, uh, to earn fair and equal wages.
Yeah,
Mr.
yeah,
E,
yeah,
tell us right now why a woman is not getting paid the same thing as her male counterpart.
Well, I can't tell you that. I'm not going to jump in there because I don't have to fight after this show.
Over the phone as a little while. But I mean, let's think about it. If we're doing the same job, and I remember Oprah Winfrey was saying she was doing the same exact job as one of her male counterparts, co-workers, and she went to a boss man and said, "Listen, why am I not getting the same pay?" And her boss man said, "Because you don't have a husband, you don't have a family, you don't have children. This man has this, and this. You're just single." Well, what did that have to do with the same job and position? It just didn't make sense to me.
That falls in the category of discrimination.
Yes.
Regardless if you're qualified, just like for a man that's driving a dump truck, on a long distance track trailer, and women now are driving it the same. They're doing the same thing. They backing up. It's automatic. They're doing what they got to do, but they should be paid for equal rights. They have families just as well as a man has families. But are they taking away jobs from men, or
Maybe that's the problem. You think men feel threatened that women are going to take over I saw this thing today on TV, Mr. E, this morning, and it was about young women, and it's going across all the states. Uh, High school teams now putting uh, football for girls. They're playing.
Listen,
Listen, and we've had this conversation
that's right.
because
That's
we've
right.
also had the organization
That's right.
that is a professional football organization for women. And so, it was a time when they couldn't allow young women to play sports like
That's
football.
right.
But I'm saying, even in that, things are changing. What do you think about something as simple as not allowing girls to play football, and now, hey, they've broken through, and it is what it is.
Well, Miss Linton, all they got to do is wait till later on in life and arthritis get a hold of
I
them.
don't think so because guess what? They're talking about flag football.
No, no,
I'm
no.
talking about
Okay.
the young ladies
That's
in
right.
high
That's
school.
right.
It's about 700 high schools across the nation that now have female football.
Well, but there is a female football league out
Yes,
there that's
yes,
playing
yes,
tackle out there.
absolutely.
And I really don't think that, even though a woman figures that her body is, but where's the
Who gives
femininity of
you,
it?
who gives
Where's
you the
the,
right?
where's the femininity?
Listen, y'all. Who gives y'all, you men and Mr. E, the right to tell a woman that she can't play football?
Well, she can do whatever she wants. She can get hit by a tractor and trailer if she wants to. The telephone number to dial is 757-624-9475. That's the number to dial. If you figure that a woman rights is to be equal to a man, give us a call. What rights does a woman have, and what rights do they need to stand on? If they got same right to get out there and play football, basketball, hockey, the whole nine yards.
The young woman said that a woman can play anything. She can do a girl. This young woman, she's about 14 years old, says she has a right to play whatever she wants to play. Treasure, what you think? Do you think that young women have a right to play football? Do you think that women should have equal pay for the job that they do? There was one time when women were left out of certain positions and things like that, Missy, because she was a woman.
The telephone number to dial is 757-624-9475. That's the telephone number to dial. Listen, the lines are available. If you ladies feel like y'all can do what they do, what you do, and y'all can get out there, you have rights to vote, rights to be equal to a man, give us a call. Let us know what
Equal
you think.
to a man.
Equal
No,
to
that shouldn't even
equal
be
to
a,
a man.
that shouldn't even be an issue.
Why that should be an
Because
issue?
we are human.
You are human.
Whether we are fashioned as a female or a male, we are human and we have rights to do like any other human. And so we're talking about a woman's right for reproductive rights and the ability to manage her own body and health.
That's
And
right.
this is the thing, not taking away her right to get good medical care and things like that. The abortion thing is a big thing. People have been fighting for that for a long time. And I mean, they have been treacherous in the fight too back in the day, Mr. E. And so what happened was the fight was so ferocious that the law allowed a woman to have an abortion. Now the tides have turned, and some kind of way something slipped in there, and all of a sudden you got Roe versus Wade going down the drain. A lot of states will not permit abortion. They have certain laws and things in place, and again, this fight becomes ferocious again. People are going to be looking at the ballot. They're going to see who's for women's rights and who's taking away women's rights. Former President Donald Trump sat up there and said, "Yes, I'm responsible for taking away Roe versus Wade." Well, brother, you in trouble because the majority of women and a lot of men feel as though a woman has a right to her body.
Miss Cindy, when we begin to look at this story, well, this ballot box is coming up about it should never be. I'm like this. A person should have charge of their own body unless they are not capable of making decisions for who they are. But if you feel that your body is your body, that you ought to be able to do whatever you want to do to your body, it's your body.
Well, Miss Nina, and look across the board because we're in this country we do have the right to fight for certain things and women like I said at one time they couldn't vote. There are certain countries and places that a woman still in other countries still don't have the right to vote. They don't have the right to have an opinion. And it's I'm saying it's they're getting fed up as well because they don't see wherein they can't have a voice, and that's why we should appreciate in this country, that we fought, that women have fought for the right to vote. Now we can lift our voices. We can say what we will take and what we can't take, and that's the thing about it. We have the courage to say, no, you can't do it to us, or we're not going to allow you. You have to go and vote. Your right to vote, you have to use that because it tells the world, this is what I want and this is what I can have.
757-624-9475. That's the telephone number to dial. If you want to voice your opinion on the rights, on your right. They'll be on the ballot box.
Mr. E, but I got to bring this up. I got to bring this up because most people know what women are fighting for and stuff like that. But there's one place that we're still kind of bumping heads when it comes to men and women, and that's in the church, brother. What's going on? There's still this thing of a woman shouldn't have a voice to preach and teach. Should women preach in the pulpit? Should women be pastors? Should women be clergies? I mean, why is it in 2024 a woman is still talking about she can't put her hand on the text and her hand behind her ear
Let's go
and
to
hear the gospel?
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, speak now.
Hello?
Yes.
Speak up, please. Good morning.
Yes, good morning. Go ahead.
We're talking about women's rights. Are you here to call about women's rights? And I just specifically mentioned about the church. You can call us back if you want to get your thoughts together. Because this we're going to open the phone lines again. But we really,
Are you there, caller?
We really want to. I want to hear your opinion. You as a pastor, it's really a big thing wherein there are some that say, "How dare you?" and there are some that will not allow women to be ordained. We did a show on this before as well, Mr. E. Good morning.
Good morning.
All right.
Okay, go ahead. Yes.
Yes, I feel like that women should have all the rights that men have, but I do also feel like that there are certain sports that we shouldn't play, considering that we have breasts and have another private part. So I feel like say like women we get pregnant, they say like everybody gets sick as far as sexually active. If we're playing football, get hit the stuff anyway.
You don't love that?
Certain sports that we shouldn't play. I feel like we can do it, but I feel like it's not discrimination if we can't play a certain sport because there are certain things that men are capable of doing and they're built to do other than a female.
Okay.
Thank you.
So thank you so much, sis. But Mr. E, let me say something. You always hear me talk about this. Don't you all have personal private parts as well that have to be protected? I don't get it. I don't get it, Mr. E. I feel as though a woman, she can protect herself just like you all. Why? In that case, you all wouldn't have on the helmets, you wouldn't have on the shoulder pads, you wouldn't have on the knee pads, you wouldn't have on those straps that y'all strap on your body parts. I'm trying to figure out where y'all get so caught. You all may be more muscle,
Okay.
but you all still have to protect your personal pronoun.
Well, see, Miss Hinton, this is the whole thing in a nutshell. when you dealing with a woman and a man conversation like we have today,
Yeah.
it's going to be controversial.
Of course, why not?
It's going to be problems because I figured that if a woman wants to get out there and play sports, and if God ordained her to speak the word of God, then it should be done.
What?
Now, as far as an argument is concerned, I will not argue with a woman
You
over
can't.
any of those subjects because I truly believe, a woman's place, and it should be where God has placed her to be.
Well,
Now,
that's
wherever God placed her to be, if He placed her to be in the kitchen, let her stay in the kitchen. If
Did
He
you
pla-
say the kitchen?
wait a minute, I'm just giving you some example because you want to go stone for stone. But if He placed her to be in the pulpit, let her be in the pulpit. Whatever God has placed that woman to be, let her be because God did it.
Listen, he
But
said the kitchen.
if you want to turn around and have a bunch of women,
Did you say a bunch of women?
cackling. See, one thing you got to remember,
You
you
gonna get
know,
yourself in trouble, Miss
one
Lee.
thing about women, they know how to cackle, keep stuff started. They're a bunch of chickens, and all they know how to do is keep stuff going. And so when it comes to women, I know that I like this part. When it comes to where women supposed to do and what women supposed to be, yeah, that was a time when a woman was not supposed to speak. When men had that was a time, but we're living in a different day. We're living in a different age now, where freedom of speech is allotted to every man, every woman, every boy, and every girl. They have the right to speak.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Yes, let's see what you have to
Yeah,
say.
I just want to say, yeah, I prepared, I'm not sure if I tell in, but I want to say this because I know that I was through the time for years, for my days of youth. I prayed to God and asked God would benefit because I come up on the system, Lord bless me with a job out of the tide and all, but I said all this for years. Nobody to me have any right to oppress anybody or exclude what person's right that me and God can talk about how God can go forth.
Yes.
Then that's what and we're not here to satisfy man, okay? And whether we have to do survive and pray to God they go forth. That's how I always say, and that's what I got. And that's just what
All
I
right.
nobody wants to question all these things. Nobody should have a right to agree with nobody.
Absolutely.
Thank you
Thank you
so
so
much.
much.
Thank
Yes,
you.
we will continue to fight for our human rights, for our rights as women. Thank you all callers for calling in. We're going to continue this conversation just a little while after. Come on, social media, and let's talk. Have a wonderful weekend, and we'll see you back here for Sports Talk.
For the past 30 minutes, you've been listening to the most talked about radio show in the whole wide world. That's FYI Radio Show with your host, Miss Yolanda, the Lady Inton. I'm Ed Everett, the co-host. Don't forget to join us Monday, Wednesday, and Friday from 9:30 to 10 right here on WGPL 1350, WMVA 88.9 Peace, 95.3 FM, and WPCE 1400, and on all social media platforms. Have a wonderful, 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 wonderful Friday. Bye
Yeah, we talking about women's rights. Yeah, Mr. We said we need to be in the kitchen in the bed.
No.
I know it.
I did
I
not say that.
played.
But I'm saying,
And
well, let me say my opinion. If you want my opinion,
when I finish my statement.
see, that's
So
what's wrong now.
anyway,
Men can't have their opinion because women know where their place is supposed to be.
but this is the thing. Okay, so yeah, so we're still fighting for our rights and things like that. But this is my thing. We know how things have been in the past.
Right.
Women were usually at home, men go out. We understand because the family is important to keep that family whole, and everybody had their role. But as things began to happen and men became a little bit more out of the loop, you get men that just like with my father. My father died when I was very young. My mother had 7 children, and she had to be the household leader. She had to be the one. And so different circumstances. Then you got men going to jail. Then you got men who now, don't want to be in the household and do what they're supposed to do. And so you have that. So when you have that, you need a woman. If she's just like my mother, if she's taking care of 7 children, she need a good job. She don't need to be oppressed by somebody saying, "Well, you a woman. You a woman. I can't pay you because you a woman." No, it don't work like that. We have to fight to say, no, I have the skills and the knowledge to do the job. I have to take care of my family, and I have the right to get equal pay. And so that's what it's about. It's about, just like the lady saying, not having somebody on your neck, not being oppressed, making sure that you are able to survive in this world just like any other person.
That's right. And that's what it's all about. You're a human just like any and everybody else is. When we look at a woman, when we look regardless, and here's the problem that we have. We are all human. We are
Mhm.
human. And sometimes uh, we figure that there has to be a head, there has to be a tail, there has to be someone in charge, there has to be, that's the humanistic side of every man, woman, that we have to, somebody has to have the last word and somebody got to have the first word. And it will never, it will,
What is that?
well, see, here's the thing that you got to understand that if there's a conversation, I got to have the last word. Oh no, you got to have the last word. Or if I'm voicing my opinion, then with a man or a man voicing opinion with a woman, then sometimes it'll be taken out of proportion. It'll be taken out of context. Well, so that issue between a man and a woman, you have to walk on eggshells and be very gentle about what you say. Now you can be a loose cannon and go around and voice your opinion. That's what's happening to the world today. There are so many people right now are saying women are fighting for equal rights. Women are fighting to do this. Women are fighting to do that. And some women feel that they're equal to that they're equal to men.
They are.
Some women feel that they're equal to men, and
They
some
are.
women feel that they can tackle the job of a man.
Yeah.
I like to see you, Miss Inton, get out there with a sledgehammer.
Listen,
I,
you
I,
can't.
I, I- I'd like to see
I
you.
can
eh,
take.
I'd like to see you take 8 hours a day and get out there with a sledgehammer.
Okay, let me say something to Mr. E about that. My husband is a longshoreman. My son is a longshoreman, but he works along. They work along with women.
Okay,
The women get paid just like the men. They do
okay.
the same job. You cannot say that a woman can't pick up no sledgehammer or nothing. That's chauvinism.
No, no, that's not.
You got to understand that a
I did
woman
not say
is
a woman. I
able
know women.
to do the job.
I know
Hello, Charles 2813. Thank you for joining us.
I know women work right alongside of men.
Yeah,
I
they can do
know
the
they
same
go
job.
toe to toe with on almost every job. There are women that are tractor and trailer drivers. There are women are bus drivers
Everything.
that are women are doing the same job
Yeah,
that men are doing. But so that should never be an argument because guess what? They getting paid. They might not get paid equal. That's where they need to talk to somebody about it. That's why they need to go to the poll. That's why they need to go and vote.
yeah,
When
but you
when
just
we
said a
get
woman is not
when
equal
we
to a man.
when we get to the point, she's not. She can't. A woman can have a baby, but she can't produce. She cannot supply another woman, another person with a baby. A man has to supply,
That don't make her unequal.
but that is unequal. She can't supply a person. She
Ladies,
can't bring a. She can't have a baby. She can have a baby, but she cannot. Reproduction organ will not match up. A man has to be there to impregnate a woman
that
to
don't
have
make
a
her unequal.
child. But that is unequal. How can she make a baby?
Mr.
Here's
E,
another thing.
you confusing us.
Let me go
You
to the
confusing us.
deep part of it. Why does it that to a point that a woman may not want a man but got to have man parts?
But we ain't talking about
No, no, no. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Let's go that route.
We're talking about equal rights for
Let's go
women.
let's go that route. Let's go to the point where a woman has to have a man, and they figure they don't have to have a man. You got equal rights. You going out and get a job like anybody else. See, when you dealing with this matter, you got strong-minded women that feels as if they don't want to hear what nobody else has to say. It's their opinion and their opinion only. That's why on the tail end of the thing, warm man, you gotta have a man.
What are you talking? You gotta look. That's a subject for after dark because we're not even talking about
you gotta have a man.
With,
you talking about working the same job.
We're talking about equal pay, equal
If
rights.
they do the job, it's okay. They're supposed to get it.
A woman is not unequal when she don't have.
She's supposed to get the same, and she's doing the same
that's
job.
That's what I'm saying. She got to be paid the same now.
She's supposed to get. So where you get to the point where that she's not getting the same pay?
Oh my goodness, Mr. Eden, you got to do your research.
Well, see, but see, that's where the rights, the human rights, that's where they're fighting for now. That's what women are fighting for, is to have equal rights, to have human rights.
Equal.
I mean, you okay, why wouldn't they give you the same pay?
Because of so many reasons.
Why? Tell me one reason.
One reason Winfrey was talking, and she was saying that the way men see women as less, just like you just said that we wasn't equal. When you see somebody as less, you count them as not being worth. You don't have worth, not worthy. And so it's like, well, I'm saying, wait a minute, where do you get that from? If I can do a job like you, I should be able to get paid like you. Don't discriminate. It's discrimination. Don't discriminate. Or either black, say just like a black person. Well, you black. You know, black people shouldn't get like white. That's all that stuff that's
discrimination,
right of this is against our human rights. You can't do that. Oh, you can't live here. You black. All that stuff falls under the same heading. And so that's why we have to fight, because the perspective of people and men have been, you all for the bedroom and the kitchen type thing. And the woman said, wait a minute, I got all this talent, all this education. I have the drive, the motivation. I want to go out and work. I have to work. These men right here, over here, this one over here, my husband in jail, or my husband's dead, or my husband is this one and that. And it's like, wait a minute, I've got to survive. And so I have to be able to take care of myself, my family, especially in this day and time when there are a lot of men missing in the household.
Here's the thing this is where the bickering come in at. Wait a minute. Let me finish. Here's the fact. When a woman get a job, when a man get a job, they want to weigh who is in charge. Wait a minute. There always been to the point where if I can do what I want to do it's nobody trying to tell you that you cannot do it.
And you can't. No, you don't have the right.
Wait, we don't.
A man don't have a right to tell a woman she can't.
We cannot tell you what to do.
That's right.
But if we go to the biblical standpoint, or do we want to stay humanist? If we stay
in the beginning, it was man.
Wait a minute, but wait a minute.
One,
but he said,
then that's when it became the breakage and the curse. But before it was.
But what was it? What was her duty? What was their duty for each other?
Your duty.
Isn't she supposed to be to the point? Be fruitful and multiply, and be a helpmate to who?
To each other.
To who?
To each other.
That's right. You got to be helpers to one another. But when man came on the scene, God saw that man needed some help, and He made him a helpmate.
He didn't make no slave back.
They said, see, this humanistic way, you're taking it
out of context.
We're supposed to be able to work together as a team, not individual. Well, we trying to control one another. We supposed to be helpers to one another. We can't be to the point where you can't have two bosses in the house.
Who's a boss?
Well, I'm just saying,
A
this
man
is
ain't no
this
boss
is a
over
human.
nobody.
This is a human this
What
way.
y'all think?
You can't have two bosses on the job, and this is what women and some men figure that they taking it out of context. When men say, "I'm the boss over you," and some wait a minute, and some women they got their own crib, they got their own car, their own money,
Yes.
and we should applaud them. We should say congratulations to them because they're not just waiting on somebody to give them anything.
Don't
They
applaud
go.
us. Make sure
Wait,
we have
a minute.
equal
We're
rights.
not faulting you all. We're congratulating because it's no purpose. There's no point of sending you to school and you go to school, get an education, and don't do nothing with it. That's kind of crazy.
Well, just make sure you understand that in this day and time, we're not asking nobody. We're telling them this is what we want, this is what we're going to have, this is what we're going to do. We're not. I'm not talking about fighting and
That's
controversy.
right.
I'm talking about the right to be, the right to, just like we just read just a minute ago, a right to vote, a right to be protected,
You
a
got
right
it.
to our health. You can't take our human rights from us. I don't care what position you try to put us in. We ain't nobody's slave. We are human, and everybody has to have their human rights protected. So, men,
She said, "Here's what. Here's
understand where
wait,
the women are coming
wait a
from
minute. Wait a
when
minute.
it comes to equality.
Here's the thing that you saying men.
I'm saying,
How about
understand,
world? Why not make it
men,
no, you cannot. You making it one sided. You
men,
pointing at only one person, which is man. You got to
understand,
say the whole world.
understand that women have those rights, just like any man.
Well,
Equal rights, equal. See, this is I'm
go
saying
to the
specifically.
comments. and tell
This is specifically what we're talking about. I'm talking about specific, and we didn't get a chance to go through all of it. We don't have time right now, y'all. But I tell you what, we can visit this on our After Dark show.
That's
Monday
right.
After
That's
Dark.
good.
Let's y'all join us Monday After Dark. What rights do we stand for? What are our human rights? What rights are there globally for women?
They
What
are
does the
globally
future
goals. Yeah.
of women's rights look like? And why are we still fighting over the same things? Why in 2024 don't we have what we need? Now, we would right now of they're trying to take your women's health rights from you and the women's choice. And so the fight continues. But look, we're gonna talk about that Monday on our FYI after dark. You all join us, and hey, you all can come up and say what you want to say and need to say, ask questions, and we can delve into this thing together.
And you got to remember, Miss Hinton said they're trying to take your rights from, but it's not an individual. It's not man. It's not men trying. It's the
Definitely.
system. It's the system, the whole world. That's why it's on the bargaining table. That's why you got to pass laws about it. That's why, because it's not the man that's
Yes,
doing
it
it.
is.
It's not the man. It's not the man that's doing it. It's the whole wide world. It wouldn't be a world thing if it was individual.
Mr. E, we gotta go. But look, don't forget to follow us on social media.
That's right.
Don't forget to join us back here on Monday. Look, we're gonna be going through the weekend with our sports and things like that. We'll be
Who's going to
back
win? Who's
with
going to win?
that.
Tell us
I'm gonna
who's
let
going
you
to win.
do it. You do that.
Let's see.
Because I
Baltimore,
did that
Kansas
last
City.
time.
Baltimore, Kansas City, Detroit, and the 49ers. Well, here's what I feel. Baltimore going to beat Kansas City, and the 49ers going to beat Detroit.
Okay, say that again.
Baltimore is
The
going to
Ravens.
beat Kansas City Chiefs. The Ravens going to beat the Chiefs.
Uh-huh.
And the Lions going to beat the 49ers.
Ooh, we're 2 weeks away now. Look, y'all. So join us on Monday. Monday evening, join us. We're going to talk about women's rights
That's right.
again and
That's right.
everything. And also follow us. Don't forget bulwarkacademy.com, bulvic.com. Don't forget to the Royal Ladies Pie. New music from the ladies coming up. And don't forget to come back and be a part of what we're doing here.
If you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor of the More Talk About Radio show, or if you'd like to be in our audience, email us. Give us your email, and we'd be more than happy to pull you in and be a part of our audience on FYI After Dark or in the AM. And if you'd like to be a special guest or sponsor, call us at 757-714-7861 or go to Everette's Facebook page, Miss Yolanda the Lady Henson Facebook page, FYI Facebook page, or email us at FYI Radio Show Live at gmail.com.
All right, you all that have joined us, thank you so much on Instagram. And we'll shout you out later on. Join us on Monday. Be blessed and have a wonderful, wonderful weekend.
Two up, two down. Treasure, get out of that. Go back to class now, Treasure. You're skipping class just to come here, FYI. Now go back to class.
See you, Treasure. You all are blessed. And thank you so much for your support.